Action.
Hi, I'm Fran. I run Tandem Theatre. We are a community arts charity that work across Greater Manchester. We work with vulnerable adults, young people, children and early years children. We deliver a variety of projects. We do lots of drama-based projects, but we also have expanded into multi-art projects as well. So it's been great to have you in for our drama project with adults. We've been working with unemployed adults across Salford, working in lots of different venues and partnering with different organisations. So we're here at the moment with Salford Loaves and Fishes, and we've been working with their group once a week for about 18 sessions. It's been really great to see the progress that the groups have made over the period of time that they've been working with us.
Hiya, I'm Ross. I'm an actor. I run Farewell Theatre Company as well. And I got into these sessions as I actually did a play for Fran back in 2022, I think, as an actor. And then she mentioned that she had some community work available. And then about a year later, I started doing the community work, which we do now.
I think something I've seen over the years is the lack of creative drama activities for adults. There seems, not loads, but there does seem to be a lot more activities available for young people, but there does seem to be less available for adults that can't pay for it. So I think it's really important to be able to provide creative activities that, especially if they are drama based, because I think there is definitely a lack of that anyway, that is freely available, especially for vulnerable adults that can't afford it. Wouldn't be able to afford to go to an acting class, or maybe don't have the sort of skills or ability to be able to join an amateur dramatics group that might be quite pressured. They just want to create and they just want to go somewhere supportive. So I think that there's a real need for that, and that's why I'm a big advocate for this work.
So I applied for Delia D, which was a play back in 2022, I believe. So we did that. We performed it at Contact, and then since then it's always been like, yeah, if you've got anything else, like let's work together, let's collaborate together. And then Fran came up on her promises, and we started doing some work in Swinton and like Walkden and stuff, and Earlham, and kind of in these community groups. And that was about 2023, something like that. Maybe it was just like a year later. And yeah, it was kind of good. And we did a performance in the end at Salford Arts Theatre with these guys who've maybe never performed on stage before. So that was really nice. And then since then, the work's just kind of continued, and we've just been able to secure funding and do work with probably like, I don't know, nearly, like over 50 people probably across the time. So yeah, it's been good.
My favourite part about drama is confidence. It gives you confidence. You see, I'm a pretty shy person. When I'm on my own, I'm in company. But when it comes to drama, something changes inside me. You know what I mean? I can be a character, even though it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of a play. And I've realised, I'm not being big-headed or anything, but people say to me, oh yeah, that's good that you can do this. And that's good when you get feedback like that.
My son helps. He's a volunteer in the art group. I think one of my daughters was urging me to try it, and say, you've got this facility, just one stop down the line, why not make use of it? Ted's got a lot out of it, so I thought I'd give it a go. And so I thought I'd try the drama. I've never done any drama before, but I've always enjoyed reading aloud. Favourite short stories and favourite passages from novels and things. In fact, I enjoyed it so much. I've done quite a lot of recording, tape recordings and sent them to friends, and I got a lot of kick out of that. But my tape recorder's comped out now, so I've not done anything lately.
Our sessions follow quite a similar structure. We have a question of the day, where we find out the personal opinions of everyone. We find out everyone's name.
Just start with answering a question of, like, everyone introduce themselves again and answer the question. So it might be like, what's your favourite film? What have you done this week that you're proud of, or what, like something positive that you start with.
We also try and check in with people. Where are they at? How are they feeling today? Because sometimes people we work with have a lot of issues that can really play on their mind and can be a real burden to them. So sometimes it's good to just give space for them to either reference that is happening, or maybe get them to focus on something else that's a little bit more uplifting.
I think the earnestness of people in question of the day, or like when we do like sometimes we do like a consolidation of the day and kind of just been like, what did you like? What about this session was good? And people open up, and that's kind of, it reminds me, of how important this work is.
I suffer with mental health issues, and coming to drama, I've actually come off my mental health tablets, or I'm weaning myself off them, and drama really helps me, and I can leave my problems at the door, and I can not be myself, and it makes me feel relaxed, calm, and it makes me feel wanted, like actually someone actually wants me, and you know, like actually wants me as a person for like who I am.
So we have our question of the day, and then we'll look at a stimulus. So we'll have a different creative stimulus. I think it's important that that's different every week, just to give an element of novelty to it. So sometimes it might be a picture, might be a starting line, might be, as you said, a prop or a hat or a costume. What character can you think of from this stimulus? What story can you think of? What might happen if we link this character and this character? What if they met? What happens then? And we just find that that's a really easy way of facilitating the creativity that comes from the group. They've chosen which of the hats they want to choose, which of the pictures that they like best. So the key thing is that they have ownership over what they're creating. They're coming up with the ideas, they're coming up with what they liked best, the character that they would like to be, and then you're just giving an opportunity for them to fulfill that and be that character and be a story that character's involved in.
Why do you like coming to these sessions, Jean?
Because come to these sessions, it helps me, it helps with my mental health, it helps with my confidence. And if I did get picked on live stage, at least I've got the confidence just to walk on stage and do my acting. When I see people doing acting, I thought, let me see if I can do acting or not. So I just done a bit of acting and see can I get on live stage or get into my favourite film, what I want to be in. Yeah. If you get picked, she'd be good in being in a certain film, what she likes to be in. I've got disabilities, and it's the first time I'm doing acting with my disability because I can't read, and this is the first time I'm doing drama. A person like me who's got disabilities, and when other people, they can act, and people like me who's got disabilities, this is the first time I can prove I can do drama with my disability needs.
Yeah. What's your favourite type of character to play?
I don't mind playing a villain or, something like that.
Yeah, so like the antithesis of what you are. Obviously, you're a very nice person in real life, but again, you get to play that, the evil parts.
Evil part, yeah.
Yeah. And would you like to be a pantomime?
I won't mind. If you had a stage here, I won't mind being a pantomime villain.
You'd be the villain, would you? Getting booed when you come on stage with a big like cape or something.
Yes, I should put the poison in Ross's drink. Yes.
I've just found that the group has grown as well as time's gone on, and people that I wouldn't even expect to have enjoyed it have enjoyed it. It's individuals, as you can see that their confidence has grown in certain areas week by week when they've been coming. There have been people that have had different languages. There's one client that could speak maybe 2 words of English, and it was so wonderful to see that he seemed to really benefit from the experience as well. And some that I've just had kind of life-changing experiences as well. I know one client relayed that she hadn't laughed for 5 years. So it was great to see how different people interacted as well. So you've got people at our centre that are very vulnerable. They've got different experience, like, you know, you have diagnosed with ADHD, diagnosed with mental health problems, really complex cases and backgrounds and trauma, and to see them all mixing together as well it's been really wonderful. And again, the growing in confidence and able to work with each other as well. And here, I think as the week's gone on, that people are listening to each other more as well. They're actually respecting each other's space to speak. And I think, so I'm a real advocate for the classes. Please come back.
I count the days down until drama comes, because it's the time when I can be happy in my life, and it's like when you have like a little bit of a break and everything, I'm always thinking, I wish drama was back on. And then when it does come back on, I'm actually getting more confident with myself, where I don't want to be on my mental health tablets, where I want to try and gain new skills to see if there's something out there for me to go on a new pathway. I've actually learnt new skills, not to be selfish, not to think about myself, think about other people, and I've actually learned brand new skills, and I've actually able to learn to listen to other people rather than my own views, and it's helped me, taking it away from the drama, it's helped me in other situations of life.
I've had people who suffer some bad mental health issues and kind of stuff like that, and they say they leave their problems at the door, they come in, they forget about it for 2 hours. And I know, people suffering with whatever mental health really is, that having just a break from that is just so important, so needed, and you don't realise it is until you have it.
So a big thing that participants have told us is how much these sessions can be part of their weekly routine, and that especially a lot of our participants that we work with that have mental health issues, routine is really important and structure is really important. So just knowing that every week they can come to this group, it's the same time, it's the same day each week in that same venue that they are familiar with, it's the same leaders that they're familiar with, that they can look forward to that and then come and take part, can be a really important part of their mental health management. I think sometimes there's an opinion that mental health, you just access various support systems and then you get better and then that's the end. Mental health has to be maintained and managed, and that's why I think consistency and regularity are so important when it comes to these groups and working with anyone with mental health struggles.
It's good therapy, brilliant therapy. I'd do it every day if I could get away with it. And when you actually do a play in front of people, that makes up for everything. It's like, I'm on stage and being a character, people's watching, you get good reviews, and you've done something right. In your brain, it's giving you that confidence. I'm thinking, I'm not useless, I can do something.
I suppose, because I'm living on my own now, my wife died 18 months ago, and I do, I've never had very many friends. I've never been a very particularly sociable person, so I'm only in touch with my 3 kids, and 2 other old friends from college. Well, they you know, that I've known them for 50 years, but not really anybody else. You know, I mean, you know, so it's quite nice to see familiar faces when I come here. But I wasn't really looking for making friends. I get on with everybody. You know, I'm not difficult to get on with, I don't think. But that wasn't the primary aim, really. It was
sort of a byproduct of
coming. You know, I just felt that the whole thing would be a positive experience, really.
Or Salford Loaves and Fishes, all these different partners that we work with, we're able to come in and provide this regular creative activity. And what we can find is that sometimes we have somebody that comes every week for 6 weeks, and then something might happen in their life, because they are facing lots of chaotic issues in their own life, and we don't see them for a few weeks. And then they come back and they return to us. And I think what's really important is to be able to show we're still here, we're still able to provide for you, even though you've not been around for a while. And something I often say to the group, it's okay if you're not here for a few weeks, you're always welcome back. Because I think sometimes, again, people can get a bit concerned, I haven't been for ages, so I can't go. No, you're welcome. You just come back when you're ready.
It keeps me coming. I do, you know, I've not missed a session since I've started doing it, and I keep, just keep coming, and it's a bit more familiar now. You know, I'm used to the people and so on, and I do sort of enjoy it. Although, like you say, you're out of your comfort zone, but that's no bad thing. I tell you one side effect that it's funny. I've just got this compulsion to sing a lot.
Yes, I've noticed that you enjoy bringing music into all your pieces that you do.
And there's always a bit of Fred Astaire or Sinatra or somebody in the background waiting to come out. And I don't want to lay it on you all, but it's funny, I've only got to put this on and I'm off, But I've never done anything like that before. I used to love singing at school, primary school, when we used to do folk songs and things like that, but I mean, I've not sung anywhere else until I came here, and it's funny that's been the most noticeable effect,
I suppose
sort of burst out into song.
Well, and it must have been wanting to come out.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like it's opened up, some little extra section of my brain or something I didn't even realise was there.
Seeing people come out of the shell, that's a huge thing for me. I enjoy the playfulness. Do you know what, actually, I particularly enjoy people who just start and kind of really come out of the shell, and they might be like super nervous within the first 20 minutes, and by the end of the hour and a half, 2 hours, actually they might have put a hat on, or they might have dressed up in a silly costume, or they might have just done something that's obviously clearly out of their comfort zone. Then when we do the consolidation, it's just like, I'm buzzing that everybody just mucked in, everybody just got involved, there's no judgment from anybody, and it's just it's a nice space to be in. So like, actually when I come and it's question of the day and it gets a bit deep, and people can chat about real life stuff, but I enjoy that. Like, I listen to loads of podcasts, and someone else was saying this morning, you hear insightful bits about people's lives, which then informs some of the drama you do later on. So actually that's probably my favourite bit, just getting to know these like amazing people who I never would have crossed paths with if I hadn't come. Do you know what I mean?
So, question of the day is such a good opener, because even on my first session that I was just filming, Fran asked me the question as well. I got involved, and then I got to build rapport with everyone else in that room, and instantly I came in a bit nervous because it's a big group setting, but instantly, right, someone likes Star Wars, right, someone likes football, and then instantly I was in and involved, and that was 30 seconds to a minute of talking about myself.
If you could kind of give someone a piece of advice who might be a bit nervous about joining a group like this, what would it be?
Well, I was always very nervous. I was a very nervous person at school and that, and didn't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
But so once I started coming to a group like this, I just developed a confidence.
Yeah.
Talk to people normally, because no one expects anything of you. You're not under any pressure.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, and just do what's right for you. That's what I like about it.
I'll say, don't be nervous, or everybody's out to help you, as well as them. Yeah. You know, there's no need to be nervous. They might get anxious a bit, staying at home, you know, and say to them to come out and join the group.
If you know anyone that could do with a bit of a pick-me-up for an hour and a half a week, get yourself down.
Give it a go. You know, they're not going to chew you up and spit you out. Everyone's going to be encouraging. They're not there to make fun of you. Everyone's supportive and encouraging. You know, and at the very least, you might have a few laughs. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, people do laugh, and that's a big relaxation, isn't it?
Just turn up and
Yeah.
try it and say yes.
So I think because we become such an important part of people's weekly routine, it's really important for that to be consistent. And because mental health, because when supporting people with mental health issues, that has to be, it's about maintaining that good mental health. We want to be able to maintain the provision that we're delivering. And that's why consistency and why long-term funding is so needed in this area.
And how important is it that you know, we get funding to deliver these free sessions? How important is it that it is free?
The funding is absolutely vital, because a lot of people suffer with depression and stuff, and this can take you away from all the situation. And a lot of people are struggling at the minute for money, and with all the living crisis and stuff. And a lot of people, I think, they would be put off if there was a fee to go.
Yeah.
So this funding, they don't know how much it helps someone like me or someone like another person who's struggling with a mental health. They don't understand how much this is vital, and by giving the funding, they're actually making people be well again.
It would be ridiculous to stop funding this. If anything, it should go sort of nationwide with it. From what I've seen, the amount of, obviously, like I said, the amount of help that it's giving people, but also it's like creating sort of like a community. And it's really nice to see that, like, obviously whatever people are going through in life, they can just come and mess around for a bit. And the way that they leave when after sessions, like, it's just joy on their face and everything. Like, you can just see how much it means to them.
It's interesting to see the impact of being in a supportive, encouraging environment can have on people's mental health, where the focus isn't on our own mental health. It's not on how do we feel. Let's focus on all the issues and the trauma. It's let's focus on being silly, and let's play, and let's create, and let's let go our inhibitions and have fun and laugh with each other. I think can have such a massive impact on people. And I think sometimes that gets lost in a lot of mental health provision, is the idea of actually just enjoying being with other people and enjoying taking part in an activity actually can have quite a profound impact on somebody.
Thank you, King Liddell. You have really, really made my day. No one has ever called me.
Please go, I'm a busy man.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And cut.